Hello, welcome to another episode of Future Black Life Coach. Let's paint your name there. Y'all see my little wall spatter back here? I drilled some holes that didn't go right, and then I tried to fill it in the gaps. I'm trying to make my light adjust so you can see it. Y'all see it? Look like bullet holes, don't it? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I think I'm like do-it-yourself HGTV, and sometimes. No, ma'am. So I'm sitting at my kitchen table, live with you. Y'all love the candor, and somebody said they noticed the energy in my eyes. So let me show my eyes, girl. Can you see? Girl, they a little tired today. Usually they sparkling. But they tired because I have been pouring so much into how to show up and serve you. So you guys get the beauty of what I do. Say hello when you come in the room. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC. I'm usually wearing my ICLCT t-shirts. Today I have on the Pre-Health Career Summer Program shirt from 1999. I'm happy I can still wear it. I started out as a pre-med major at Clark Atlanta University. I should have said a summer program was the inspiration, but it's where it began and where it ended. And here I am, a doctor of Christian psychology. I train and certify Black women of faith to become certified life coaches online in one day. And today we're talking about why those Black women certified life coaches should have insurance. Okay, so the last 7 days I have been in several intense meetings and come to Jesus calls around the boardroom table talking about you. Those of you who are coaches, those of you who want to become coaches, it is giving very much you need to be protected. So I've been talking to lawyers, I've been talking to accountants and bookkeepers, and most recently I talked to a man whose title is so long that I don't even remember it, but he is in the insurance portion for the state. Okay, so depending on where you are, your state has maybe different insurance needs, but I made sure that during our conversation, we addressed the topic of why Black life coaches need insurance. So I'm in several groups of coaches, and the main question, in addition to where to go get certified and who certified who and how to find coaching clients, is do life coaches need insurance? I'm making it more specific to y'all today. Do Black life coaches need insurance? And according to your state, it's going to match up with what we're talking about. Number one, yes, Black life coaches need insurance. There are two main types of insurance. I address those in our one-day life coach certification training for Black women of faith. But before we dive into what the insurance is and all that, you can get that in the training. If you want more details, tag me below this video. I'm happy to send you the link to get registered. We have two versions of our life coach certification training program where you can get your certification in one day, and or you can get it in a series of over 10 months and make 10 payments. But you know that you're working towards something, including an insurance. So with our training comes a bonus where I dive deep in and share the interview with the state representative that is giving us specific details to how to stay covered, protect ourselves as coaches, and really backing up the reason why I talk about we as certified life coaches should not give advice. It's a legal reason behind that, and we dive into that in the training. So again, if you want more details on how to register for our one-day life coach certification training or our 10-month version of the training, applications are opening soon. So tag me in the comments below this video, and I'm happy to share where you can find the link to the application. Okay, so not only do Black life coaches need insurance, but also I wanted to share that we need a plan. Many conversations have been taking place in my private Facebook inbox here on Facebook Messenger. And it's usually around people who are at a point where they are ready to plan for what's next. Not necessarily a plan B, but a plan instead of. So when I retire, instead of doing what I've been doing the past 20 years, I would like to finally launch my coaching company. When I put in this 2-week notice, instead of coming into the office for 9 to 5, I need to know what's next in my coaching company. So I have been doing some drilling deep into the lives, the visions, the mindsets, the future, and the plans of you, Black women like you, who are, number one, already certified life coaches, or maybe you looking into becoming a certified Black woman life coach with me. But you need to know what comes next after certification. Even if you're not certified with me, you need to kind of know what your vision is. The Bible talks about writing the vision, making it plain, so that he who reads it can run with it. We can't read anything that you haven't written out. We can't read anything that's in your head and you having a conversation that other people are not a part of. We don't know where we're going. You can't lead a people without a vision. The Bible says, where? This is the remix. There isn't a vision, the people perish. So your people going to be like, what are we doing? So you need to be able to tell not only your people, but you where you're going after the 9 to 5, after you retire, as you're deciding what comes next instead of what you're doing right now. Even if you're looking to make some plans for the weekend. So instead of watching Netflix, you're going to be working your coaching company like I'm doing, even though I've been encouraged to watch the updated episodes of You and Billions, and one of my other walking buddies gave me a list of shows to watch. I was like, listen, instead of doing that, I'm building my coaching company. So I said all of that because coming up, I'm putting together something called a coaching clinic. And as you know, I don't care how rich or poor you are, you know what a clinic is, right? It's where a group of doctors get together and they serve their community. They diagnose what's going on, the symptoms that you're showing. So if your symptoms include something like, oh, I want to make blank amount of money per month in order to replace my income, then we're going to diagnose it to drill down to asking you questions. So just like imagine you're sitting in your doctor's office, aka the clinic, okay? I'm going to speak on the level I'm familiar with, okay? We're going to keep it real basic. Again, everybody know what a clinic is, whether it's community clinic, free clinic, health clinic, school clinic, college clinic, nurse clinic. Y'all know what a clinic is? Okay. And probably because I started out in pre-health, this goes on theme. I'm going to keep it on brand. Hallelujah. Let me get a little sip of water here. So you in the clinic and you got this little paper robe on and you're cold, but you came in because you had a cough. You had a symptom of something. And regardless of what you told your doctor it was, they're going to send the nurse in. I'm the nurse, y'all, and the doctor, but you don't know that yet, okay? So you're going to play your part as the patient, as the nurse, and then listen to the doctor as well in our upcoming coaching clinic. By the way, the link is already posted in the comments below because I'm testing the water. I'm seeing who's interested in this community coaching clinic. And I'm calling it a community coaching clinic. Number one, let me write that down because that was good. A community coaching clinic. Because you don't have to be certified through me to go through this coaching clinic. Number two, for 48 hours after the time, starting now, you got 48 hours to register for only $97, and then your insurance need to kick in. It's going to be $197. I'm playing about the insurance. We, as coaches, can't take insurance, but your deductible is going up another $100 after this 48 hours, okay? So I'm giving y'all a chance to get your pockets right if you really want to come to the coaching community clinic, because Dr. AJ Austin will be in the house as the nurse. You're going to be the patient. Your business, actually, let's reverse that. Your business is the patient, you're the nurse, and I'm the doctor, okay? And I can come through all three. Open enrollment, okay, Courtney? By the way, I enjoyed your video the other day, too, so thank you, sis. I was sitting here listening and taking notes on business credit. I appreciate you. So, your business is sick. You brought it to the community coaching clinic, regardless, or as I've heard said, irregardless, which ain't a word, of where you got certified. Bring your business. We're going to diagnose it because many of you guys have symptoms of like, if you don't do this, then it's going to lead to something down the road. Y'all know how it is. And then I heard a really good methodology the other day about how things in our companies are in 3 stages. Number one, they're in a preventative stage, which this is what the community, this is all your diagnoses. I'm going to write this down. God is just dropping these nuggets. I'm going to just preventative. Okay, so the preventative stage is things you could have done before you got to the clinic. But most of you haven't done it, right? So don't worry about it. We're not going to hold it on your head. But I got to warn you that the next stage is the, what was it called? Come on, Holy Spirit, because I forgot the word. Anyway, it's a second stage that your business get predictive. So predictive is, you know that if you do certain things for a certain amount of time, then you can predict the outcome. And then the final stage, the red flag stage, is where a lot of us end up, where it's too late, the pain is too unbearable. Now we need surgery. Our businesses need rush to the emergency room, need to be in ICU, need to be put on a breathing machine, need to be put on life support. We already took the leap of faith that God told us to take when we left our job. All that's in air quotes because I hear all this in my inbox of how y'all taking the leap of faith. Hello, Corinthia Denise Dixie, excuse me. Coach, certified life coach extraordinaire to the stars, Coach Corinthia Denise Dixie is in the house, everybody. Okay, I love how your hearts announce your presence, ma'am. That's how I know it's you. So, I'm sharing this because the final stage is the reactive stage, meaning, Lord, my business got such and such. But I heard the cough. And I ignored it with a little cough drop and a nap and some ginger ale and some saltine crackers. But if I would have just registered for the community coaching clinic, we could have been in the preventative stage. Okay, I hope y'all following me. It makes perfect sense in my medical brain. All I did was a summer program. I failed after twice trying to take calculus. But here we are diagnosing businesses at the coaching community clinic, and you must be certified as a coach or considering coming into getting certified, because a lot of this is just your vision planning that you haven't sat with your business long enough to do. So in my inbox, I've been having these diagnostic conversations, which inspired the coaching clinic. I've been talking to people in other time zones, and we're trying to keep up with, girl, it's 3 a.m. here in Atlanta. What time is it? Where you at? But we're diagnosing businesses 24/7 so that this doesn't have to be a 24-hour thing. We're going to come together live on Zoom in our classroom. You know, we have our special link, right, Coach Corinthia, and we're going to diagnose your business. I have a series of about 40 questions. Boom, boom. I'm going to type them up for y'all because y'all don't need to try to read this doctor's. Y'all know you can't read a doctor's handwriting. I have really good handwriting until I get like rushed deep in thought trying to get that thought on paper. I'm going to type this up for you guys because this is that little medical chart that you would get coming into the room where the nurse comes in. They're asking you 1,000 questions, even though you told them, you know, I think this is what it is. And she like, well, do you drink? How often do you work out? Do you smoke? How sexually active are you? Know, you be like, dang, I told y'all all that. Don't y'all have my medical records? Didn't I answer this the last time? Well, guess what, sis? You a little bit older since your last visit. If y'all have been following me, I shared my journey to getting the COVID shots. It was a process. My doctor preached to me for 2 hours in the medical room. Because about 1.5 years ago, I had COVID-like symptoms. I was never diagnosed, but I was like, if my body felt like that at 38 years old, child, I'm finna be 41 this time next month. I ain't gonna make it. Let me go on here and get this shot. You can believe what you want to believe about the shot. I just knew I didn't want to risk being 2 years older, getting what I felt like I thought and I still believe to this day was COVID. I didn't want to put myself through that. So same thing with your business. Maybe you tried the business before. Maybe you got certified before. Maybe you've launched before and something happened. It's because you weren't properly diagnosed. You didn't have your prescription, or as the old people say, your subscription to what your business should have been doing daily to avoid. Remember, we talked about preventative. We're now trying to get you to the predictive stage of, you know, what's coming next after your 9 to 5, as you try to increase your income, replace your income, plan for retirement, plan for putting in your 2 weeks notice. Don't do like I did on my last job. I packed up everything and walked out because my money wasn't showing up. Don't do that. You need a plan, okay? So we're going to get into the predictive stages of what your business needs based on this 40 question questionnaire. There's some deep, intensive questions. The coaches that have already started the process, they only got about 10 of these 40 questions. They're like, oh, they started running from me, y'all. They stopped answering my messages. Like, I need to go think they itching. I ain't thought about that. Wait a minute, coach. Hold on, coach. You know how Yeah, they itching, scratching their head and need to go get some fresh air and a cup of coffee, because it's a lot to think about. So if you haven't sat and properly diagnosed where you are in your business, come up with your preventative care plan for your business. We're going to stick with the medical theme. Y'all laughing, but I'm for real. And I'm tired of having these conversations, especially with those of y'all who have went and got certified and you're not doing anything with your certification because you feel like you don't know what to do next. This is what you do next when you are trying to plan for your next step in your income. So we're going to diagnose your coaching company. We're going to set the right vision to make sure you're on the right path for your coaching company. You're not going to be guessing. You're not going to be trying to steal other people's stuff, calling it inspiration or modeling. No, ma'am. You have you know how the doctors say don't take other people's medication. You're going to have your own subscription because your business will be properly diagnosed based on where you want to go, where you are, what you've tried in the past, what you want to see yourself do in the future. And it's all specific to Black women, either certified or future certified life coaches. How does that sound to you guys? Does that sound like something you will be interested in? Corey, don't start. Get off here starting stuff now. If this sounds like something that interests you, post a comment below real quick. The link, which is my PayPal link, because I ain't going and doing no page, sales page, shopping cart, designing a cute little flyer, payment buttons, and all that if y'all ain't gonna show up to diagnose your business. Now, for 48 hours, it's only $97. By the time you see me again, that copay could have went up an extra $100 because it is originally planned for $197. But I was like, Lord, I'm going to work with them and their insurance. It's the fake insurance, y'all. And we're going to put it out there to gauge interest. If you're not interested, then you'll just be outside the clinic. And when people come out feeling better about their business, you're going to be outside like, girl, what they talking about in there? Don't worry about it. You ain't got insurance, okay? We don't take Obamacare. We don't take Medicaid. We take your copay with your insurance card, okay? So, if this is something you're interested in, you must let me know in the comments below and or in my inbox. You got 48 hours. Y'all know how people do on these social media streets where they be like, so-and-so got 24 hours to respond. Child, you got 48 hours to let me know if your business is sick enough to get a diagnosis. Coach Andrea, who is in our private Facebook group, had a little sample of this. I was walking on the track one morning and forgot we had our call scheduled. I was like, girl, I'm out of breath, but we about to talk. And by the time we got off, we were supposed to be, an hour conversation, 17 minutes into it. She said, oh, let me go. I got some work to do. So we didn't even do a full hour because these questions get intense. And it's stuff that you wouldn't think to ask yourself about your business. But as the doctor, it's what I sit and I see all day. So have you ever had a doctor so good that they come in and spend maybe 10, 15 minutes with you and they can tell you exactly what it is because they see these symptoms all day long. They've studied the industry, the profession long enough to be able to, girl, I can look at you and tell you what it is. I can hear one sentence of what you tell me you do and can tell you what you need to go do. I'm that doctor. Now, we get mad at those doctors because it's so quick and you be wanting to sit for an hour and they're like, no, I don't need an hour. I can tell you what it is because I see it all the time. So these questions are based on what I see all the time in my inbox. Y'all done started leaving messages on my answer machine. A client from 1 year ago called me last night. And I was like, we ain't had nothing on this calendar. You itching. You need another subscription, right? So it's time. So whether you're considering becoming a coach, whether you're already certified, you need to make plans to be with us in the community coaching clinic. It is taking place very soon, but it's based on interest. I don't want to waste my time. I definitely don't want to waste your time. It is currently only $97 for 48 hours. After that, it goes to $197. And then after that, it'll probably just disappear forever. I don't know yet, but this is something that I really wanted to jump in and share with you. Hello, Coach Spiritually Deborah. How are you? Thank you for sharing and thank you for joining us. Are there any questions? I know for some reason my phone freezes, so I try to pause to give it a chance to catch in. So we're probably on a bit of a delay on my Facebook page, but we're also live in our Facebook group, Coach Deb. So if you want to jump in there and watch the replay, you get to see me from a different angle. I'm sitting in the same place though here in my kitchen. My unmade bed is in the background. My spackle on the wall here is in the background on both. And you can get the full unfrozen, unedited green room version because I come live in my group as I'm getting dressed per se and talk to you guys. Are there any questions about anything that I've shared? We dive into the insurance part because it is a part of your process. So if you guys have questions about that, you can bring them to the clinic. Y'all know how we are. If you're a great patient like me, you show up with questions. Because if you wait till you get in the spotlight, you freeze and you're like, I forgot what my question was. No, bring your questions to the clinic. I'm happy to help you diagnose where you are based on this 40-question questionnaire. Coach Deborah had a taste of what this is like again. The other day, we even talked about some creative ways to move forward to make sure that you stick with the plan that we put you on. So I want to give space for questions. She was like, oh, yes. So the conversation gets so good and so deep. We are going to record the clinic. You will get that recording as a bonus for coming. And what I love about a group coaching atmosphere is that when you hear other people get diagnosed, you can start, yeah, girl, me too. Let me write that down. I'm going to ask her about that too. So you learn from other people. Yes. Coach Deb says, looking forward. I will watch the replay. Yes. So we started out talking about insurance and why Black life coaches need it, but you wouldn't know that if you hadn't sat and written out a plan for where you want to go to see if, even investing in insurance and the different types there are is worth it. But we dive really heavily into it in my one-day life coach certification training, which I'll be sharing more about coming up because the applications are getting ready to open up soon. We'll talk about that throughout the coaching clinic. So I want to give you guys a path to start because people have been asking me, Dr. AJ, what's the prerequisite to work with you? What's required before I come train with you? This is step one. Register for the community coaching clinic that's taking place soon. I promise to release the date very soon. It'll be convenient. If y'all are on here with me right now on Facebook at this time, on this day, that means I know what time your schedule is currently open and based on the time I'm sitting here looking on the kitchen stove clock, okay? So it'll be maybe around this time, maybe a little bit later, but we're going to take a poll based on the interest in the group, and then you can come get your questions answered. Are there any questions right now for those of you who are here with us at the moment? Because this is something that is needed. Many people don't know they need it. I haven't seen anything like this being offered for Black women of faith who are certified coaches or considering becoming certified. So I want to lend my expertise, my brain, my doctoral degree in Christian psychology, meaning the study of human behavior, human relationships, now that we're integrating coaching with it. And I want to show you the method behind the madness of how I got to $73,000 in the last 18 months by diagnosing my business. I had coaches. I have legions of coaches now, y'all. That's why you haven't seen me on live so much, because I'm tired. Okay. They work in my brain, but I still got to make sure I'm showing up for my people. And that's you. But they're making me get really, really clear on how to serve you guys. So what I love about how I teach and what I teach is that I'm going through the process with you guys. This isn't stuff I'm just reading in books or hearing other people talk about. I'm living this thing, or as one of my coaches, Coach Eric here in Atlanta says, we do this for real. Okay, this is how bills are being paid in the Austin household. Okay, so this is stuff that I have tried, tested the waters, and was like, oh, I need to bring this back to my coaches. But you have to, as I always say, right, Coach Andrea, extend your hand of fellowship. Y'all know how it is at church. Extend your right hand of fellowship. That's what we doing. Now you got to reach back, and we're gonna walk on this thing together. Okay, we're gonna make money. Market in ministry together. Okay, y'all ready? I'm gonna ask for one last time. Are there any questions as I secretly contemplate what I'm having for lunch? Sitting in the kitchen, it ain't helping. I don't think I feel like cooking. I might need to go for a ride around the block because yesterday the Honda got a tune-up and something else that I can't pronounce. And I think I need to go test drive her because she rides different now. So I'm going to go find us some food in the Honda. If you want in, again, the link is pinned in our private Facebook in the group on this video and on my my Facebook page on this video. YouTubers, it is pinned in the comments if I remember to put it there. So double check, okay? Let me know if you don't see it. Podcast listeners, y'all gonna just have to come join us on Facebook. Join us on YouTube. I'm Dr. AJ Austin on both of them. You can find me, girl. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, put your one takeaway. Even if you're just joining us, because I know some of y'all just on here to be nosy. Y'all, some of y'all looking at my earrings. These are paparazzi. Some of y'all looking at my new glass frames. These are the Malcolm X limited edition. That's what I'm calling them. America's best. Okay. Some of y'all like, well, what her shirt say? Don't worry about it. You should have been here in the beginning. And some of y'all are genuinely interested. So thank you for being here. Like, I noticed the numbers drop when I call people out. Bye, y'all. So for those of you who have caught an inkling of the live today, what is the number one thing that you're taking away from today? I need to hear some good stuff. If you're interested in joining us, if you're planning on coming to join us for the $97, I need to see a tag in the comments below. You wondering what's at the bottom of my water bottle? It's a cough drop. It's slowly dissolving. I figure that's better than me being on here smacking on a cough drop and crunching. So I'll let it dissolve in my water. What's your number one takeaway? Then we're going to wrap it up. Coach Andrea, Coach Dab, whoever else is on here with me, what's your number one takeaway from today? By the way, shouts out to our 38 certified life coaches who have graduated between top of 2020 and today. I am putting together something special where I'm featuring you guys. And so that's how I know it's 38. Yeah, I know usually my numbers are off, but I had to write the list out today for this presentation. So shouts out to my ladies of legacy. You know who you are, girl. I don't see any takeaways. Coach Deb says it keeps freezing, so I will leave you with this. Remember, there is someone somewhere there waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs, because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. And you know that when you impact one life as a certified life coach, a Black woman certified life coach, you impact generations. Coach Andrea says her number one takeaway is motivation and consistency. That's what it takes as you're planning out your next steps. So join me in the upcoming community coaching clinic. The PayPal link is live now. It's pinned below, and your 48-hour timer has started to clock down as of right now. I'll see y'all soon. God bless. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. Bye, y'all.